Wake up, everybody. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's sentencing phase. Sentencing phase. So quickly after the verdict. If you're still here, freestyle, hello, my love. I'm probably going to get struck for this, but file in, file in. I think we should all be together during this. Let me go over here and make sure I'm not missing anything. And then hit the... Oh, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Oh, this is going to be an... Oh, did I bring tissues?
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Not today, I didn't. Not today. Hold on. Why don't I have tissues? Here. No, that's empty. Oh, here we go. Okay. CJ, good morning. Suzette, good morning. Picking daisies. I think I'm going to need tissues. I think I am. So I brought them. I knew I did. How's everyone's morning? Hello, Flash. Hello, Sarah. Yeah, I'm gonna share law and crime. I hope they don't strike me. Hello, Hope. Yeah. Hey, listen. It was a wild night. I'll tell you that. It was a wild night. Hey, Vicky. Good morning. I'm trying to keep an eye on what. In fact, let's just. Present, share screen, Windows. Is that the one? Let me share myself. Did it work? Nope, that's not me. There we go. I guess I could turn them. Let me go back over here. I'm sorry if I'm missing you. Hey, Pia. Hey, Earth. Hello, Tammy. Kathy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I want to get it larger. Knock out that chat. Let's knock out the chat.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Nope, not today, Satan. Not today. Well, I can't exit for you. So. There we go. Hey, Sugar Shack. Even my mom was excited about this. Yeah, my grandmother. Let me turn. Hold on. Did y'all see them bring him in a jumpsuit? Hey, Lady Divine. No suits and ties for him. He was in a effing jumpsuit. Oh, God. Hey, Marie. What 24 hours can change? Really, just 12 hours, I guess. I don't know what did I do? All right, never mind. They haven't started yet. So I'm wondering, I think he'll probably speak, he'll speak for himself. I'm wondering if Buster's going to speak. I'm wondering if her sister or anybody from her family is going to speak. We'll see. We will see. Why is it not letting me do that? Let me see. I'm trying to get this right. All right. Okay. We'll just wait till they start. I am in love with Mr. Waters. I figured that out last night. I have a huge crush on Mr. Waters. I really do. Craig and Waters, sorry. I got a little crush on him. Did OJ chime in, Little Miss? Oh, did he really? Yeah, I bet he did. Is he still hunting for them killers? What did OJ say? I don't think I want to know. I do not think I want to know. I don't. Do I need this one? Yeah, I guess I do need that one. It was a massive. I was till 6 a.m. Oh, I think I was mentally exhausted from yesterday. I like even when I came live, y'all know it wasn't long. Hey Angie, I was just mentally and exhausted. I can't imagine what the jurors and all them went through. I mean, I know they said that last night they popped their head in and said, "Do y'all want dinner?" And they said, "No, we'll be done in about 10 minutes." What? So, but I got, hey, Steve Yoakum. I love you, baby. I've got my tissues. Tater, hey, you finally, yeah, welcome. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna see what I mean. I think we all know what the sentence will be. And I did not know that in South Carolina there is no parole. So if you were sentenced to 30 years, you are going to do 30 years. They offered him 30 years. I think on all of it, the crimes, and the murders, and he turned it down. You looking stupid right now. Hey, Diamond Cutter. You're in shock about the verdict. I know you are. I think you were one that was predicting a hung jury, and quite frankly, I was too. Hey, Peggy. Why is it doing that? Let me see. Good morning, Jeannie. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, they offered him 30 years for all of it, and he turned them down. Now, he's my age. He's 54. He'd get out when he's 84. Is that better? OJ said he should have used gloves, but not something. You know that somewhere out does North Carolina have the death penalty? South Carolina, where this was tried, does have the death penalty. But I think I don't I don't know if the prosecutor thought he could. That's a pretty heavy penalty, and I didn't know if he could. I don't think he knew if he can get it. You have to, exactly, Pia, and he turned it down. So now he's going to be there the rest of his life. Hey, Mellow One, good morning. I'm not going to click into that until, well, I mean, I'm clicked in already, but until we have the sentencing started. I wonder if some of the jurors will return. He is, Peggy. He is. But not quite so arrogant now, because he's going to be sitting there in a little while by his lawyer in a jumpsuit. So, yeah, it'll be 30 years each. I think the judge is going to sentence him to life. We all know this, 2 lives probably. And then when you go, and I don't even know now at this point, why even go through the financial trial? Because he's admitted to, I guess a third. I mean, I don't know, 10 years is a long time to be stealing. But let's say he's admitted to a third of it. Are you curious? Then can we just cancel that and save some money? Probably not. But yeah, when he just right there, you see him right there. When he had to stand up. I couldn't watch the screen. I was looking down. I couldn't watch the TV. I was looking down. And because I didn't want to see. I remember the joy when OJ was found not guilty. And I remember when Casey Anthony was found not guilty. And, Peggy, what did you do? Peggy, you do not have to do that, but thank you so much. You do not have to do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think the judge will too. Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, and again, Peggy, I love you so much. You don't have to do that. Oh yeah, there is no parole in Taco. There's no parole in South Carolina. I learned that this morning. So whatever he gets sentenced to is what he's serving every day of it. I can't. I want to see if I'm interested to see if his brothers testify. For sure. I don't know, Maggie's sister, maybe. I just don't know what's going to happen. He will probably speak because he thinks. I don't know if he still thinks it, but I think he thought he was uncomfortable. I mean, I invented uncomfortable. He probably is uncomfortable. I think he thought. Oh wait a minute! I got. Oh. Let me turn it on. Hold on. All right, guys. Did I just fuck it up? What did I do? There we go. None. No. He started. Diamond Cutter, thank you. Thank you. Level up. No sound? Y'all don't have any sounds? Oh shit. Fix that. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna fix it. I'm hold on. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm gonna get it back. Don't panic. Don't panic. All right. Sorry. Now? You got it now? Oh shit. I'm not sharing it. Oh, guys, where did it go? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why.
For the state, for the defense team,
Now?
but for all of the citizens in this community, all the citizens in this state, and as we have seen based on the media coverage there throughout the nation, you have a wife who's been killed, murdered, a son savagely murdered, a lawyer, a person from a respected family who has controlled justice in this community for over a century, a person whose grandfather's portrait hang at the back of the courthouse that I had to have ordered removed in order to ensure that a fair trial was had by both the state and the defense. And I've sat through the trial. Not only have I sat through the trial, but also as the presiding judge of the state grand jury, sat through and participated in the issuance of
Didn't have any mellow one. He didn't have
search warrants of various sorts, bond hearings, and have had to consider many things.
picking daisies. Yeah.
And we have this case, and I'm also assigned to preside over 99 others, at least 99 other cases though testimony has come up regarding many of those other cases, I will not make any comment with regard to any other pending matter, as I have been assigned those cases as well. It's also particularly troubling, Mr. Murdaugh, because as a member of the legal community and a well-known member of the legal community, you've practiced law before me, and we've seen each other at various occasions throughout the years. And it was especially heartbreaking for me to see you
Thank you.
go in the media from being a grieving father who lost a wife and a son to being the person indicted and convicted of killing them. And you've engaged in such duplicitous conduct here in the courtroom, here on the witness stand, and as established by the testimony throughout the time leading from the time of the indictment and prior to the indictment throughout the trial to this moment in time. Certainly, you have no obligation to say anything other than saying not guilty. And obviously, as appeals are probably expected or absolutely expected, I would not expect a confession of any kind. In fact, as I've presided over murder cases over the past 22 years, I have yet to find a defendant who could go there, who could go back to that moment in time when they decided to pull the trigger or to otherwise murder someone. I have not been able to get anyone, any defendant, even those who have confessed to being guilty, to go back and explain to me what happened at that moment in time when they opted to pull the trigger, when they opted to commit the most heinous crimes known to man. In this case, qualifies under our death penalty statute based on the statutory aggravating circumstances of two or more people being murdered by the defendant by one act or pursuant to one scheme or course of conduct. I don't question at all the decision of the state not to pursue the death penalty. But as I sit here in this courtroom and look around the many portraits of judges and other court officials and reflect on the fact that over the past century, your family, including you, have been prosecuting people here in this courtroom, and many have received the death penalty, probably for lesser conduct.
Wow. He can't, Peggy, because the prosecution didn't put it on the table. So he can't do it.
Remind me of the expression you
but I think he's
gave on the
saying
witness
that he
stand.
would
Was it
if it was on the table.
tangled?
Tangled web, we weave.
Oh, what tangled web we weave. What did you mean by that?
Oh, picking daisies. Thank you for coming.
Then when I lied, I continue to lie.
And the question is, when will it end? When will it end?
Good morning, Chrissy.
And it's ended already for the jury because they've concluded that you continued to lie and lied throughout your testimony. And perhaps with all the throng of people here, they, for the most part, all believe, or 80, 90%, 99% believe that you continue to lie now when your statement of denial to the court. Perhaps you believe that it does not matter, that there's nothing that can mitigate a sentence given the crimes that were committed.
Wow.
A notice of alibi was filed in this case by counsel in November, and we conducted a hearing, pretrial hearing, in which you claimed to have been someplace else at the time the crime was committed. Then, after all of the witnesses placed you at the scene of the crime, at the last minute, or last minutes or days, you switch courses and admitted to being there. And then that necessitated more lies and continued to lie. And I said, where will it end? It's already ended for many who have heard you and concluded that it'll never end. But within your own soul, you have to deal with that. And I know you have to see Paul and Maggie during the night times when you're attempting to go to sleep. I'm sure they come and visit you. I'm sure.
Oh my God.
All day and every night.
Yeah, I'm sure. And they will continue to do so.
Until you tell the truth.
And reflect on the last time they looked you in the eyes, as you looked the jury in the eyes. I don't know person who's always been such a gregarious, friendly person and cause your life to be tangled in such a weave web, such a situation that yours have spun into. And it's so unfortunate because you had such a lovely family of such friendly people, including you, and to go from that to this. Your license to practice law has been stripped away from you. You turned from lawyer to witness, and now have an opportunity to make your final appeal as an ex-lawyer. And it's really surprising that you're waiving this right at this time. And if you opt to do so, it's on you. You're not compelled to say anything, but you have the opportunity to do so.
And I tell you again, I respect this court, but I'm innocent. I would never, under any circumstances, hurt my wife, Maggie, and I would never, under any circumstances, hurt my son, Paul.
Well, and it might not have been you. It might have been the monster you become when you take 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 opioid pills. Maybe you become another person.
Wow.
I've seen that before. The person standing before me was not the person who committed the crime. though it's the same individual. We'll leave that at that. Before announcing sentence on these cases,
Wow.
with regard to all of the other pending
Yeah, I know,
cases,
right. Taking me.
are any of them here in Colleton, or I'm sure some of them are?
Yes, sir.
Half of them, or
I don't have that in front of me, but there are a substantial number of charges here. There's some in Hampton, Orangeburg, Beaufort, Allendale.
It really is too bad. It's over Monday.
There may be others I'm not thinking of right now.
we might have worn out our welcome here in Colleton.
Alton's been great.
Right, Tia? He's,
They have been, and I'll take this opportunity to thank Sheriff Hill and
that judge is kind of,
all of the court officials and really everyone I've met and dealt with while here in Colleton County. Just been great. But without any delay, we're going to schedule some of the other matters. I know Mr. Harpootlian's scheduling is complicated, and you've sacrificed quite a bit to be able to be here defending Mr. Murdaugh, as well as the Attorney General's office, with all the other many things and obligations you have. And to be able to have the Attorney General here, Alan Wilson, for the period of time that he's devoted to being here, along with everyone else, it's been quite a sacrifice. But there are other victims,
a lot of them.
whose cases deserve to be heard. And this case has jumped some of those other cases. Perhaps jumped it because of this case resulting in an assault on the integrity of the judicial system in our state, law enforcement in our state. Even during this trial, the law enforcement has been maligned for the past 5 or 6 weeks by one who had access to the wheels of justice, to be able to deflect the investigation. And as the evidence is pointed out in this case, the looming storm that Mr. Waters talked about, I can just imagine on that day, June 7th, when a lawyer is confronted and confesses to having stolen over $500,000 from a client, and he has a tagger like Mark Tinsley on his tail pursuing discovery in the case involving the death of Mallory Beach, and having a father, for the most part, on his deathbed. I could imagine, I really can't imagine, but I know it had to have been quite a bit going through your mind on that day.
Okay, Gigi.
But amazingly, to have you come and testify that it was just another ordinary day.
Nobody's speaking, Nancy. Nobody.
My wife and son and I were out just enjoying life. Not credible, not believable. You can convince yourself about it, but obviously you have the inability to convince anyone else about that. So if you made any such arguments as a lawyer, you would lose every case like that. Cases you will never have an opportunity to argue anymore, except perhaps your own, as you sit in the Department of Corrections. Anything further?
Here we go.
All right, Mr. Murdaugh, I sentence you to the State Department of Corrections on each of the murder indictments in the murder of your wife, Maggie Murdaugh. I sentence you for the term of the rest of your natural life for the murder of Paul Murdaugh, whom you probably love so much. I sentence you to prison for murdering him for the rest of your natural life. Those sentences will run consecutive
Well, not that it matters, but
under the statute involving possession of a weapon during a violent crime. There is no sentence where a life sentence is imposed on other indictments. That is the sentence of the court, and you are remanded to the State Department of Corrections.
The State Department, not the city jail where he's been.
And officers
The
may
State Department.
carry forth
He's going to prison,
on the
not
imposition.
jail, prison. He's going to have to swap that damn suit out for the state. Because now I'm doing a nicer guy. See you never.
Yes, sir.
Any approach?
Yes, sir.
No, harpooning, you cannot approach. Get out of here. All right, I don't really know what is left for them to talk about. But Carlos, so a couple of things.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
I haven't changed that yet. The judge asked to talk about his lies. When will it end? As the judge is discussing his lies. They're not ever going to end. That's who he is. Another thing, him saying that people in that courtroom have gotten the death penalty for lesser crimes than he is, found guilty of. Which shows me, if the prosecution had put it on a Montana date, I see why the prosecution didn't go for the death penalty. Wait.
Before we adjourn, an order was issued concerning maintaining the juror's identity being anonymous. That order was issued, and for the most part, it's been complied with, except for the jury leaving the courtroom yesterday, or not the jury, but the defendant leaving the courtroom while the jury is still seated. Protecting the identity of the jurors is certainly extremely important during the course of a trial to ensure that no one makes contact with the jury or attempts to influence the jury. Jurors have a right to continue that privacy beyond their jury service, but they're not obligated to do so. And it would not surprise me if jurors choose to come forward and to speak, and they're encouraged to do so if that is their desire. I have no problem whatsoever with the jurors unmasking themselves and speaking freely with the media, because they have undergone a life-changing experience as it relates to many of them. And some of them are here now, and I want them to know that should anyone attempt to harass them or annoy them, please let me know, and I will address the issue. Secondly, there's a complaint now regarding the posting of autopsy photographs or photos that came from within the courtroom. It's based on the direction of the of the photographs. It did not come from the audience, came somehow from within the well of the court.
Oh,
Um,
where are they?
the parties have requested an investigation of that. Um, I have my hands full doing my job, and I don't attempt to conduct any investigations beyond the conducting of a trial. But to the extent that law enforcement decides to review that, will be the responsibility of law enforcement.
Judge Newman is like, what? Just do
And-
it, y'all. Y'all do it. I'm busy. I don't blame him. I could probably do that. If I'm a judge, I ain't investigating nothing. I got people for
Of
that.
course, one of the reasons we've sought to seal graphic photos is because the parties have a right to privacy and a right to those matters not being publicly disclosed. If anyone has heard about the recent
Well,
settlement
two that we know of.
Kobe Bryant's, another sports analogy, Kobe Bryant's wife just made with Los Angeles County and others out there over certain disclosures of
$28 million
information involving the death of Kobe Bryant. Liability can be substantial, and it's a risk for the most part that's not worth taking. So we'll let everyone judge themselves accordingly with that regard. Aside from all that, our business is done here in Colleton County.
All right, Mr. Judge
And I
Newman.
get to use my gavel one or few times during this trial and order that court be adjourned. Sine die.
All right. Well, there it was. There it was. I'll say it again. When he asked Mr. Murdaugh, when will it end? Talking about the lies. That's huge to me. Also saying that people in that court have gotten the death penalty for less than what he did. Another smack. Saying that he would have to deal with these crimes within his own soul. You're going to have to, deal with this within your own soul. Oh, and then when he said, all right, talk about that he's never gotten an answer as to, drop my pen. Why somebody, what were they thinking right before they killed somebody? And he said, it might not have been you. Hey, stitching girl, it might not have been you. It might have been, the person that was taking all those pills. And then the last thing that stood out to me, Maggie and Paul come to you at night. That was, he looked angry. I think, here's the thing. I don't know. It's on promise. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Mellow One. So we've seen this through from the start. Well, I didn't start covering it until a couple weeks ago, but
Not today, Satan. Not
I'm
today.
changing this today. Justice did prevail. He'll be in jail for the rest of his life. Tammy, my love. They found him guilty, and the judge just sentenced him to 2 concurrent life sentences. And in South Carolina, there's no parole. So Mr. Murdaugh will be in there until he drops dead. Which I look to be, I will guarantee you, as soon as they take him to prison, they're going to have to, he's been segregated in the jail, right? I guarantee you he'll be on suicide watch for a month. When Alex agreed that Maggie and Paul come to him, I know, okay, when he said they did, and I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I feel like I was talking to my daughter about this last night, that the Moselle property is tied up with the boat crime, boat settlement thing. So when they sell that, the victims, will get money. I don't know about the beach house, and I don't know about anything else they owned. I thought there was more properties, but I don't know. I don't know if I would want to live. I don't think I could buy that property. I mean, maybe if you believe in this, they maybe when they got justice, they got to, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't want the beach house either because that was her favorite place. I don't know. I feel I hope they're at rest now. I hope they're at rest. I still feel bad for Buster, even though he might be one of them. He might be one of them. But until he's arrested for it, I gotta feel sorry for him. I'm amazed that none of his brothers wanted to talk. I'm shocked that none of her family and friends wanted to speak. Buster was in a spot, man. How do I, the ultimate victim in this is Buster, in my opinion. Steve Yoakum, I love you. I'm gonna need a nerve. Buster has had everything taken away. He was a member of an affluent family. He was indulged, and now they are gone. It should prove interesting. And if it's true, then here's the thing. These people can't run from justice anymore. Your name is shit now. It's shit. You're doing, and all over money. Money. I know it was a lot of money. I think they are too. Judy, I hope they are. I hope they're at rest. Yes, thank you, everyone, for supporting me. I really do. Look, this has really humbled me to no end, the amount of support, and I mean all support that y'all have come in here and participated. I said this last night. You've participated. We have had a safe place, I feel like, to discuss and ask questions, and we didn't know, we'd ask, and you got answered, and everyone participating. And I can't thank y'all enough for that. I mean, it's not, under contract. I think they will too. His uncles he will be okay, but he's lost everything. Not just people, but everything. And so, and he might lose more. You can't run from, the truth but so long. You get tired, the truth doesn't. You might get tired of running, but the truth never gets tired of running. And it will catch you. It always does. My grandma, out of the Bible, everything done in the dark will come to light. She has always been right. But anyway, thank y'all for doing this. And like I said, I'm going to miss you all. But I mean, I can go live, a couple times a week and we'll just catch up. Or maybe if something good's happening, we'll just talk about it. Thank you. I love you. And Audrey, hello. I loved the verdict too. I loved it, but it just didn't, man. Yeah, I got to find the next trial, right? Later, Mr. Yoakum, I love you. Exactly, Montana. If it killed you being broke, I've been dead a long time ago. Yesterday, I told y'all, hey, Stardust, and this is not, I'm just telling you. Remember I told you the guy was coming to look at the AC unit, the heat pump? It's gone. It's gone. It still works, but it's gone. So, I mean, we got to buy another one. Well, we did buy another one. That's why I say it, being broke or being just making it, or maybe just a little ahead of just making it, because that's kind of where we are. We're just like 2 weeks ahead of just making it. Does that make sense? Oh, yes. Oh, let me write it down on my court notebook. I forgot about that. All right. Well, if y'all want to do Gannon, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. Staunch. If y'all go out in the world and find other cases that y'all want us to cover, we can do that too. I want to thank you for sitting here with me today, and thank you for being so generous, Peggy, Pia, all everybody. Just thank you for being so generous. I'm gonna go do what I do on Fridays, and that's deep clean the bathroom. It's toilet time. I get to deep clean it today. It's Friday. I like to save the best jobs for Friday. So I love you all very much. Be safe. I'll see you very soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time. Oh, that's a show. I might get sued for that. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I love you guys. Bye.